experience. All right. Daggone, it has been a week, y'all. It has been a week. What's today's date? Oh, well, we got flashlight on. So today's date is oh shoot. I'm getting distracted. It's November 1st. Let's go here and go on live and see how I look, see how I sound. Little Q&A test.
Q&A test.
Yep, I can hear myself pretty good. Hey, look, I got my first viewers myself. A little echo. No worries. So, it's been a crazy week. Obviously, it's election season. Uh, so, I went off, and this week, me and my wife voted. Voted for Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump. Wife's business, her wife's business. She wants to say what she voted for, so be it. Let her say what she voted for, right? Actually, you know what? Maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing since I'm getting all new to this YouTube and having a channel and podcasting.
YouTube.
Maybe if somebody comments, we'll leave something else up so I can look at the comments and we can chat. So I'll put my little phone. I don't have all stuff set up just yet how I want it. But yeah, so it's been a fun week, crazy week. Work's been pretty good this week. Pretty successful. Past 2 days of two funerals. Family member of mine, family member, my wife's family. Yesterday and today. That's definitely very humbling, knowing that not yeah, it's a humbling experience to say the least. So last podcast we talked about my life from where I was born to pretty much every job I've had and to where I work now. So a little backstory about your boy JB, what I've done and what I want to do in my future, as far as getting this podcast off the ground, getting it going. One day having have like a legit studio in a business like shopping center or mall, or just my own studio here where people want to come have a couple of podcasts and do their thing. So, update on me. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've done one of these. What's changed in my life? Well, I think I said last time I was here that I haven't been drinking at all. Earlier this year, I went almost 3 months without drinking, which is like the first for me since I was started drinking as a teenager or whatever. And I've had 3 surgeries this year. Went in for ACL surgery. Had a ACL PCL surgery. About a month and a half after that, I had a perianal abscess surgery, and then I had a second follow-up knee surgery, manipulation under anesthesia. Go in there and bend the crap out of my knee, and get some range of motion back. Doing a lot of PT. PT place I was going down, they closed, so I'm in the process of getting a new PT place. Going there next week to do my eval. But yeah, I haven't been drinking for I want to say about 7 weeks now. It's pretty good. I feel better, uh, physically, mentally, spiritually. Uh, some people have like addictions. I've suffered with addictions. Uh, but I believe that one of these things in the podcast, maybe it's why it's taken me about 2 years to get this show up and running. I think maybe I believe God wanted me to, be sober, be lovely, clear headed. This is times of uncertain times, and who knows what the future holds for myself, America, the world. And I truly feel that I need to be a better role model for my kids and other people. I've always felt that I was a leader in life. And so, yeah, mm, I've told people I believe that I'm just not gonna, I don't want to drink anymore. Like, oh, yeah, it's good to go a couple months, or a month without drinking. It's good for your body. No, I think I'm just gonna just not, like, no more. I'm just done. I don't need it. I don't think God wants me to be doing it. Obviously, never wanted me to be doing, or anybody here. If you're drunk, hey, so be it, man. I've been wasted, blacked out, drunk so many times in my past, but I feel like I have a pretty strong, pretty amazing testimony, and this takes a lot out of me to talk and share that with people. But I truly feel that there's somebody out there who needs to hear it. So let's talk about it. So, like I said, born in Hawaii, moved to Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Pensacola, Tallahassee a couple times, Central Florida a couple times, and I'm here in Central Florida where I'm at today. Uh, Growing up, fishing, hunting, surfing, going out, hanging out with friends, drinking. First time I ever smoked weed when my dog died when I was 18. People smoke weed all the time around me. People's been smoking weed ever since I was like in elementary school. I know my older sisters, some other people that were older than her, they were smoking, and never wanted to, but dark spot when my best friend died, and I was like, you know what, pass the blunt to me, buddy. Nuh-uh, JB ain't gonna smoke. Yep. And probably weed, drinking's probably gateway to other things. Never got anything else besides, having surgery and taking oxys and Percocets and more oxys. That I think it's really done a toll on me. Uh, Probably with patience. I don't have that much patience right now. Attitude's probably horrible. Shouldn't be yelling at loved ones and throwing these little temper tantrums. And I'm sure probably people at work probably notice a difference in me. It's probably a big reason why I stopped drinking. Just to, try to be a better person. So yeah, growing up, I've seen. So we had what in high school. I graduated 08. In high school, I had countless people that would go down to Central Florida, get 1,000 Blue Watsons, 1,000 Xanax, or whatever, and come sell it. And I remember one time that I went to go pick up, a sack of weed with my friend, and the dude that we ended up buying it from that he knew was one of the dudes that jumped me in middle school. Got in trouble, obviously, and state picked up charges and stuff. But he kind of scared the living Jesus out of me when he came up to the door. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna sit in the car. You go." I didn't know we were going to this guy, and he came to the door, messed with me for a second. But, oh man, you're cool, man. That was a long time ago, man. We're good, man. Let's chill. I was a kid. Sorry, man. No hard feelings. All right, man. That was interesting. But yeah, man. Seen all kinds of people, doing crystal meth, people ODing from heroin, not in person, seen people OD, but drugs are a horrible thing. And I don't want to be around that ever. I don't want to be around that unless I'm going to be like witnessing the people and praying for people. Maybe one day, I'll become a minister or a pastor or something. It's a long time from now. I think that would be the thing that would be the most filling and fulfilling in life. Um, I'm in sales now. Was in construction pretty much all my life, besides a couple of fast food jobs that I had. Uh, Sales is great. I like what I do. I'm helping people. Obviously some people just need new roof because of insurance, but other people, they got issues and leaks, and it's fulfilling when you help a homeowner out. You know, you sell them a roof, and we do a great job, and they're happy with the product, happy with everything. That's fulfilling. But I think there's more to life than doing what I do. Excuse me. I think part of life, as we're instructed to do in the Bible, is to go out and be a witness and preach to people and save souls, save lives. Uh, the devil is a liar. He's here to corrupt us, manipulate the speech impediment, dyslexic, whatever. Who knows whatever I am? Or yeah, see, there we go. And so that's something that I've want to move. My next chapter in life is becoming a better person, role model, like I was saying, and study more in the Word. Actually, understand what's going on in the world. That's kind of things I wanted to talk about today. It's like my phone. Before we really get into this, I'm just gonna go to my notes, and I'm just gonna read crazy. Look at all the daggone pictures of my kids drawing on my phone. Love the kids. But I got so many. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna read some crazy notes, things that I've thought about in the past, and we'll go from there. Sounds good? Thank you for joining. All right. So JB, Just Believe, like shirt or like a hat. I want to make some shirts and hat, some swag to people and some other things. But it'd be like Just Believe, hands in prayer. JB on the front and that logo on the back. JB, Just Believe, just balling a couple different things. All right. So let's all right. That was 2022. Let's find some stuff that I was wanting to talk about. If you're wondering what's in my mouth, like I said, I haven't been drinking. I put down cigars. Haven't been doing no CBD or nothing. I actually had my first dream I've had in a long time. Just just past week, and my dream, I was back in Pensacola, ran into some people, and moral of my, whatever you want to say, summary of my dream, I believe it was God telling me, hey, don't all go off and chase friends and try to convince people to hang out with you, even their friends or associates. If somebody doesn't want to like make the effort, don't always put in 100% of the effort. All right, so let's get into some of this stuff. What does this one say? If the devil is as smart, or if not smarter than we think, if he knows God and the Bible, wouldn't he know when the tribulation starts or seals break? No man knoweth the hour, the year, the day when Jesus returns, but he gives us signs to be warned, not troubled, and do not expect him sooner rather than later, or not his favor, but he is my maker. Oh God, how can this be? Please let it. Yeah. All right. So what's after that? I got some stuff I really wanted to get into. Try to find some of that stuff. We're going to talk about what happened a couple of years ago because we don't want to get all monetized and stuff like that. All right, gotta find. Just gotta scroll through all these daggone pictures. Find some. All right. Pole shift. People think pole shift's gonna happen by 2044. Elon Musk says to leave Earth. Rapture, Antichrist, earthquake. Solar flares before were X40. We had some X5 earlier this year. A little damage. But we had northern lights as far as south, like towards Mexico. People saw northern lights. Aurora Borealis. If we get an X5, our atmosphere protection has collapsed. I mean, back, yeah. What the heck are we doing? Pole shift, tribulation, 3 years. Come back to New Earth. Jesus, buckle up. Gee, who knows what's going on when I wrote all this stuff. But I just gonna go through and make some notes. See how crazy I am. Don't know why I came up with some of this stuff. I could have been drinking or having CBD, little CBD or THCA stuff you can buy from like Smoke Shop or or online. It's got less than, was it 0.03 THC or whatever, but yeah, we all know that THCA turns into THC, I guess, when it's burned. Who knows? But yeah, if you have free energy and each taxpayer has to pay on income of 10%, no matter the income, no restrictions, no charity, no deductions, but rather perks like trips, no power bill, no fuel bill, free healthcare, food credits. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. All right. Where's the good stuff, JB? Where's the stuff that we want to listen to, like the Nephilim and giants and that kind of stuff that we're going to talk about today? All right, here we go. Is it a sin to communicate telepathically or to be able to move things with your mind, telekinesis, which Neuralink is doing, but on an analog tech scale currently, but wait until it's wireless or by touch and then remote viewing? Is this knowledge of the tree of good and evil? Is it evil? Is using a phone or flying in a plane or going to space any different? Or can people not understand the how and fear of the unknown? Is the information suppressed instead? If you're wondering how to have in my mouth, like I said, I've been doing. Okay, when you stop doing everything, I'm sure you have like hormones and shifts. Yeah, I did stop doing everything, and it's got a little bit too much, maybe at one time. So doing some of these zens. Wondering what's in my mouth. All right. If eating from the tree of knowledge is evil, what is knowledge? What classifies it as abnormal to be bad? Equal to knowing or acting on is a sin. Does your imagination limit one another knowledge to learn or build, or is evil bad? Obviously, we know that answer. Are kings actually other gods or angels? Evil term spirits. Spirits. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know where my headspace was at when I was reading these things. All right. No, here we go. The film follows two trolls named Poppy. So we're talking about movie Trolls. Yeah. The film follows two trolls named Poppy, Kendrick, and Branch Timberlake, who go on a quest to save the village from destruction by the Burgeons, giant creatures who eat trolls to be happy. We like trolls to angels or gods, like Nephilim. The parents of them and the parents of them are 100-foot plus tall. That goes, we'll get into some biblical stuff. but in the Bible, it says that there were giants that were tall as cedars and they were strong as oaks. Pretty crazy stuff. So are we like trolls to angels, Nephilim and parents to them? So it goes on. So we'll talk about the Lord of the Rings, and I think a lot of stuff you see in movies or music, there's more behind the scenes. So Lord of the Rings, the devil comes from the heat of hell, earth, whatever, where people were in the earth, where people were first forced to work and be slaves. Yeah, so in the Lord of the Rings, you have the elves, and then I'm horrible at names, so sorry, forgive me, my ignorance or whatever. But in the Lord of the Rings, you have the bad ones. He's actually an elf, but he's like he's an evil elf taken over. So you have Lucifer, who was an angel, and he was casted out of heaven. Mute that. Sorry, mute my phone so we don't have all that noise interrupting us. And yeah, I don't know where I went. I got distracted. Sorry. We shall continue. Oh, my logo. I don't know if we're gonna do it. I've been thinking about it. I haven't 100% figured out what my logo is gonna be. I thought about my logo being a shield. Wouldn't you have a shield with a cross, like Christian flag, or actually it would be Christian flag on the shield with a sword down the middle as a cross, and in a rock at the bottom, a 3D structure. Shield has a dull point at the top, not a heart, but not a diamond, more flat on top. So Christian Crusaders. Thought about having a logo like them. We're talking about the Christian Crusaders, and yeah, we can talk about that too. So Noah's son, did he marry an unclean person? The Canaanites, Cain. I don't know where I'm at with this one. Now, why do I say that Noah's son married an unclean person? So God flooded the earth. Noah built an ark, and he was persecuted, laughed at, mocked at. He built the ark 120 years, and there was a great flood. And there's multiple religions and people around the world talk about this flood. You can go on, read or listen to Rick Renner talks about where people believe where the Noah's Ark is. I'm talking about the Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark is made out of gopher wood. I guess only one place to find gopher wood in the world is the Garden of Eden, and that is on the Florida Panhandle. Pretty wild, right? Also, apparently, 25 of 28 plant species are also found there in that area. Pretty wild. Who knows? Was the Earth all connected at one time and then split apart? Not also when the Earth split apart. Well, I guess it'd be before that, Tower of Babel, and the Tower of Babel tried to reach the heavens, and when that was happening, oh, my wife says, "Hey," by the way, "Hey, babe." And so Tower of Babel was, demolished. Not drinking alcohol. We got a good old Canada Dry ginger ale cranberry. Good stuff. The blackberry one's a little better. And Tower of Babel came down, was destroyed, and the tongues were split. And when the tongues were split, people could communicate between themselves. Tongues were split. Maybe the earth was split as well. Multiple continents. Who knows? But I know that now is the first time since the Tower of Babel that there's the technology now where, so you get this pair of headphones. Say I get a pair of headphones, right? Let's say I'm speaking English and you're speaking Mandarin. I give you a headphone. I wear one. and we could literally have a conversation real time because the headphones translate and I understand what you're saying, and you have a headphone in, you understand what I'm saying. So I think what we're going to see happening with that is stories, maybe knowledge, secrets, where stuff is going to be come out faster because we can communicate now. Obviously, we communicate before with translation apps, stuff like that, but now it's in like real person. In real person, things are going to get sped up. So we'll just wait. Just wait. All right, here we go. There's another one. If the Iraq War was started because of weapons of mass destruction, which were never found, what is the most powerful weapon? All right. If you're listening to this or listening to this in the future, you have one of the most powerful weapons on you right now. What would that be? That would be your tongue, being able to talk. A weapon of mass destruction could be something that releases information, secrets, religious information, could be used to make lies. So being able to say something is 100% a weapon of mass destruction. So what was going on around that time? We'll say 2003. We had that Iraq War started. Somebody else then chimed in. Hey, what's up? Leave a comment, say who you are, and share it out to the world. Share it to the masses. Everybody needs to hear this. So, military started in 2003. The Iraq War kicked off. I had a family members like probably you had went to war and had a family member who passed away. So, in 2003, there was a German archaeologist and the team that were on the ground and they were digging up the lost grave of the king Gilgamesh. Nimrod, Gilgamesh, I don't know, you tell me. The legendary subject of the world's oldest book, German-led team believes it has found indications that may tie in with the description in the book describing the king's burial place. However, experts stress that the chances they have found the grave are still only in the realms of possibility. We got the Vatican. Who knows what they got? They ain't gonna tell you. We got the Smithsonian's thing that they say is they're going to create history how they want it to be done. So what happened with those who knows what they found? All I know is the archaeologists were kicked out from the dig site and military came in, CIA contractors came in, who knows what else came in, and found a bunch of stuff, put it on trucks. Also what's happening then, it's Saddam's palace and the museum that was taken over and ransacked and rummaged through, and there's contractors going in there and stealing artifacts all the way down into like the basements. Who knows what they stole? They're putting on semis, getting it out of there. So we have world leaders that are literally going after religious artifacts, history. Who knows what's going on? People say that Nimrod, King Gilgamesh, was buried in a resurrection chamber. You can go on to articles from 1928 in Iraq and 1949, where they say that they found, I guess you would call it like a portal or like a jump place to travel through things. That's what they found. That's the rumor or conspiracy. And so you have religious artifacts, religious things being kept under the rug. So these tablets got returned back to Iraq. The rare tablets bearing portion of the Epic of Gilgamesh that was found there. Tablets were eventually sold at a private sale and sold, and the owners of Hobby Lobby got these tablets And eventually, those tablets, because they were property of Iraq, uh, they were taken and sent back to Iraq. So, yeah, there's one. Why is it that we have like these Vatican, Smithsonian, these world leaders going off, let's say Hitler, who are really, really searching for history, trying to find these artifacts, trying to find stuff's going on. We have Bill Gates doing stuff. We have Jeff Bezos, who is working around the clock, has thousands of people trying to make people live forever. I truly believe that, we're not battling like flesh and blood, but we're battling I can't even think, principalities, spirits. There is a religious war going on, and it's some of that stuff is manifesting in our world. I believe there's different realms that people, well, who knows, people can go through different realms or go into these dimensions or whatever you want to call it. Who knows? There's people that say they get taken over by demonic spirits, Lilith, or other things, and they're able to converse in these realms. And while they leave their body here, demons can take over their body. And yeah, so you ever wake up and can't move, or what they call it, sleep paralysis? People say that's demons on top of you. Who knows? Who knows what? So yeah, there's one. We'll read some more, then we'll just talk for a little while. Who says a firestone can't be made into a sword or cutting tools, pyramids, megalithic structures, walls? If you have faith of a mustard seed, could move mountains. What am I talking about? David and Goliath. So Goliath and their army came into battle another army, and David, who was a shepherd boy. So back in the day, for like thousands or hundreds of men would go to battle with each other. They would sometimes say, "Hey, our best warrior will fight your best warrior, and whoever wins, go from," and that's it. So there's not that much bloodshed. So nobody wanted to fight this giant Goliath. Nobody wanted to. David wasn't scared. He said, "I'll fight him." He gets brought to the king. The king goes to gives all this weaponry, this armor, and he says, "No, I don't need that. I have God on my side. I'm okay." And goes to the battle, picks up 3 rocks, has a sling. He tells Goliath, "I'm gonna chop off your head." Goliath laughs at him, mocks him, throws the rock, kills Goliath, and apparently takes a sword, chops off his head. And then yeah, that's that. And apparently these priests take the sword back to the city of Job, I believe it is. Sorry if I'm wrong. They keep it there and protect it. And then David eventually gets there and asks the priest, "Hey, do you have the sword?" And they're like, "Yes, we wanted to give it to you and only you." And there's like, there's no other sword like it. He's like, "No." David tells him there's no sword like it ever. So we're talking about like a magical sword, apparently. And then David goes on to ends up actually recruiting some of these beasts, Nephilim. And I think it's Second Samuel's. It even talks about how these giants had 6 fingers and 6 toes. Kind of makes you think about the Indians, how they go how. People say they go how, they count their fingers or whatever. So there was after the flood, there was 100% these Nephilim, these mighty men of renown, and talks about, they're giants, they're Nephilim. What is the Nephilim? Nephilim. So we'll say had fallen angels cast out of heaven. They sowed their seed. They took wives of men, and you have offspring, and offspring were half man, half God. You got Hercules, Greek mythology stuff, and obviously they have their bloodline went from God, man, and dwindled down to what it was. And people say that there's still these bloodlines that have walked Earth today. You got the king, just King Charles, that is a descendant of Dracula. He owns the castle from there. Pretty wild stuff. So also in the Bible, Adam and Eve kicked out of the Garden of Eden for taking of the tree of good and evil. And God puts an angel there, I believe, with a fiery sword. Talking about angelic powers, like magical stuff. So who's to say that when David knew that he was going to, David was going to go fight Goliath, that he had this sling with his rock? Who says that the power of God didn't take this rock and turn it in to this super powerful stone and just killed him? He's a massive guy. Rock's just gonna just get him in the head and kill him. Maybe possible, or maybe God used his supernatural powers to take him down. Yeah. All right. You might hear this, but I gotta get AC. It's getting hot in here. Let's get this going. If it's loud, I'll cut it off. Somebody's put something in the comment. Hey, daggone AC, man. The sun gun is loud. Just turn that joker off now on, and I'll take the unit and I'll put it over there and run some duct work to get it in here. But it's kind of hot. Take the jacket off. But nah. All right. So yeah, I believe that in the Bible there is these magical stuff that happens, or this angelic technology, we'll call it. And you have who knows, you got UFOs flying around, UAPs, you got disclosure, you got a big thing coming out November 13th, you got all these pilots as they see things. Have you seen a UFO? I've seen some stuff in the sky up in Pensacola multiple times, and more than that. Are these disembodied spirits that are taking possession of another body? I don't know. When you cast demons out of the guys, they went into 7 pigs and they ran off the cliff. It's very, very very possible that these fallen angels, or aliens or UFOs have, obviously they have this technology that we don't know about. Maybe people in the government know about. Where there's 100% things that's going on in the United States that even the government doesn't know about, not even Congress knows about, Senate, or probably even all the presidents. Wild stuff. So I 100% believe there's things that's going on in this world that defy the laws of physics and stuff. We know it. Who knows? Maybe stuff will come out one day. And I had some other stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm not be able to find it. I know it's in group chats with my family I've talked about before. But thousands of messages and stuff, so we won't go into all of that. But yeah, man, it's a crazy time. Things are only getting crazier. Sure does feel like we're living in the last days. You got wars and rumors of wars. You got these horrible biblical floods, flooding 1,000 years. You know, could happen to Tennessee and Carolinas. You know, what could happen to Florida, Georgia. You know, you got these horrible fires out the West Coast. You have these horrible floods that happened to Hawaii. Look what happened to up in Vancouver, Toronto, the floods there. Look what happened to Spain here recently with the floods there. You have these literally these biblical storms and floods that are going on. It's just one after another. I'm gonna make a little diagram for you. So, you know, triangle. All right, so bad events happened a long time ago. All right, and we'll say these are like, you know, decades or 100 years. You know, these things happen. Horrible storm. Well, now you have these horrible things that are happening, but instead of happening so far out, spread out, you're having all these things that are happening like back to back to back. It's almost like coming up to like a breaking point. What happens when we get to this right here? Is that when God comes back? You know, I believe that, you know, I'm all saints, or I'm definitely not a saint, but I believe, you know, once we get to that point, I believe that's when Jesus will come back. And I think that's going to happen, if not in my lifetime, but it's going to happen in my son's lifetime, in my daughter's lifetime. I truly believe that. And I got to be able to mentally prepare myself and prepare them for the unknown. You know, that I ain't want to get left behind. And I've had a troubled past, and I'm here to say it. And I want to change that. We're here on life for up to 120 years. 120 years. Daggone times of Noah, people lived 800, 900 years. Could you imagine like how amazing God was to allow men to live that long? That is awesome. Like, I've been in so many different trades. There's other trades I wanted to do, other stuff I wanted to learn. I don't have that much life or time to be able to learn all that stuff. But if I live 800, 900 years, oh yeah, I could learn all that stuff. That'd be amazing. Imagine how smart you would be, educated, if you lived that long. You actually applied yourself. Like, now we got technology. Everybody's relying on technology. Everybody's just has disease. There's cancer. Nobody's really healthy. Well, some people are healthy, but look at like the 80s, 70s. Look how people were there, and look at people now. Huge daggone difference. Turn the air down a little bit. Yeah, wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Can't wait to do this podcast with somebody else sitting with me, talk about this kind of stuff. And can't remember everything at one time. So much stuff I want to know. I want to, be able to talk about. I got to do a better job at making a bunch of notes before I get into this. But I've been listening to some people. It's daggone crazy, man. It's crazy. So much stuff that's like sitting right here. I'm trying to like get it out. Like get blocked. Can't think of it. Alright, see if we got some screenshots of some stuff we can talk about. Oh, so here we go. Here's some screenshots. Here we go. Let's go. All right. So giants, if they were like as tall as oaks, or as tall as cedars, or maybe 100 foot or 12 foot or 50 foot tall. What did they eat? What the what in the world did they eat? Well, there's a Bible verse in Numbers 13. I believe it's 23. They came to the valley of Eshul, and they cut off a branch which had a bunch of grapes on it, so heavy that it took 2 men to carry it on a pole between them. I'm talking about a bunch of grapes like this big. They're talking about a bunch of grapes that are like daggone massive, and 2 men had to carry on one pole one bunch of grapes. It's crazy. They also brought back pomegranates and figs. That place was named the Valley of Eshul because of the bunch of grapes the Israelites cut off there. Talking about Israel, Rockefellers, and when Israel started, and UN and Rockefellers and all these elites, I think that the devil and evil people can do stuff, but I also believe that God makes good come out of stuff like that too. I guess something just popped in my head. I'm gonna say it. Rest in peace, my friend Todd Webster. I remember he told me that he was sitting at a bench, and this guy that he knew of name as Lecrae talked to him. He was like, "Hey," he gets to talk to him for a couple minutes, and Lecrae said that said, "I am Legion." Pretty wild stuff. Oh yeah, brings me to other stuff I want to talk about: music and what you're listening to and how it's corrupting you. So, while we're talking about giants, stuff like that, these megalithic structures that are found across the world, Siberia, Montana, what the heck built that stuff? What built pyramids? This lost art, this lost trade. I think history is so amazing, and I would love to learn more about it. So, I got a little picture. I took it from offline, and you have this giant. You have these little men down there. Let's just say, imagine what people would say if they saw something like that walking around. That would be insane. Could you imagine that? I don't know, man. I don't know if these UFOs are real, and there's this disclosure, and the president's talked to them before, and they're like, "Hey, you leave us alone. If you need to take some bodies for experiments or do what you got to do, so be it. Take cows or who knows." I'm sure they would 100%. But all right, do what you need to do, man. Just give us some technology, and we'll give you stuff. Why would an alien like talk to man, and not just take stuff into man? Well, what if because we have power over them? God gave us that. Made us in His image. We have authority over them. So maybe that's how it happened. Maybe man didn't know they had authority over them, and maybe they made deals with the devil. Be pretty wild. Pretty wild they did, right? Pretty wild that they did. All right. Shall we continue? So, old times. I think there's more to the Americas, especially the United States, in history. Man, freaking Canada and America was covered by ice, and now there's stuff that's off limits. Even Grand Canyon, you can't even go there. People talk about Bigfoot and Wolfman. I don't know what 100% to believe. Is there a Bigfoot? Is there a Sasquatch? Is there Watchers? Is there Nephilim? Is there demons that take over vessels, sure, why not? I ain't gonna say no. I ain't gonna say yes, but I'm probably leaning more towards yes than no. It's like there's 100%. I'm saying yes. 100%. Yeah, I'm saying yes. There's constant stories from a war in Oklahoma that Indians and ranchers got together to go kill these Sasquatch. It's in recorded history. You can read stuff about Pennsylvania that has these Bigfoots. What about like Tartaria, or the Great Mud Flood? What about these daggone buildings that are around the world in the U.S. that are like huge, massive buildings? What is it? The courthouse of the Bronx or Idaho? Things that are like been here since like the 1800s, or other things like it's just like come on now. There's some stuff happening. Massive doors. Was there beings that walked the earth 200 years ago that were giants? It's possible. You know, the Romans went out and slayed giants and dragons. There's talks of, we're still finding animals and species. We know more about, they say we know more about space than the daggone ocean. Who knows about the massive trench down in the ocean where these other animals and giant animals are living, and octopus and who knows what else that's down there. Why can't we go to Antarctica? Why is it off limits? Why do we have a pilot that flew over the North Pole and said that his airplane was taken over? He was brought into this hollow earth. I don't know. That's some crazy stuff, maybe. But apparently, he was actually going to talk to the president, and he got assassinated before the president talked to him. The president was on the way there to talk to him, JFK, and stuff about stuff like that. I don't remember if it's a pilot or not, but yeah, I can bring that article up, and if you really want to know about it, put it below, and I'll get that article and put it in the comment below. Excuse me, I don't know if I'm getting sick or something. My sleeping habits have been horrible here lately. I've been working my freaking butt off because of this hurricane, trying to do what I can do. Because I just can't get on here all day and make a living. Yeah, can't do that. Wish I could, but I can't. So, man, it's crazy. It's so crazy what's going on in this world, what happened in this world. The daggone mountain in Mexico has these writings that are carbon dated from 300 BC, and it's in Hebrew. You got the Apocrypha, you have the Dead Sea Scrolls that were found not too long ago, and all that stuff talks about, things that are in the Bible. It matches. You got King James Bible, who apparently went out and had biblical scholars, and that's what we put the Bible together. The Bible says, "Do not add or take away." You have Enoch talked about several times in the Bible. You have the Book of Enoch. Like, you have all these other stories. For instance, the Book of Enoch. It's not in the Bible. Do not take, do not add. But hey, that stories are talked about in Dead Sea Scrolls and Apocrypha. You're talking about flaming chariots and stuff like that. Who knows, man? We had, what was it, the Star of Bethlehem that was just seen for the first time in like 2,000 years. Crazy stuff going on in the heavens, man. We had, the James Webb telescope say that they saw some celestial body or whatever that was coming in the direction of Earth, and its course went more our way. You have these Dyson spheres that people are talking about. I know I got some more stuff in here in screenshots. That just reminded me to talk about. Oh, okay, here he goes. Daggone, excuse me. And it came to pass. Where are we at? I think this is 2 Samuel. David sware to him, saying, Thou shalt not go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. And it came to pass after this, that there was again a battle with the Philistines at Job. And then, I'll butcher that name, Sibachi, yeah, horrible pronunciation, JB. And the Hush-Ethit slew Sev, which was the son of a giant. And this is after David and Goliath, and there was again a battle in Job with the Philistines, and where Ehud, son of Joachim, Bethlehemite, I'm horrible at pronunciation, slew the brother of Goliath. Oh, so David got 3 stones, or apparently he's got 2 for his, just in case it was his brother, I guess. Me and the lady talked about that the other day. Slew the brother of Goliath. The Gitti, the staff, whose spear was like a weaver's bin. And there was yet a battle of Gath, where was a man of great stature that had on every hand 6 fingers, and on every foot 6 toes, 24 in number. He was also born to the giant when he defied Israel. Jonathan is my name, the son of Simon, and the brother of David slew him. So I didn't know that until recently, that the guy in the Bible named Jonathan, son of Sima, the brother of David, slew him. So Jonathan, back in the biblical days, was a awesome warrior. That is awesome. Did not fear man. He did it. That's cool. And these 4 were born to the giant of Gath, and fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. Pretty cool. All right, what do we got? We got some more stuff here. Oh, yeah, that's a U.S. currency. It's got, Italian in it. I voted for Donald Trump, by the way. I'm going to vote for the lesser of 2 evils, I guess you could say. And Anit Kulpitz, which is written above the pyramid, means Providence has favored our undertaking. Below the pyramid, the words Novus Ordo Secrum, a new world of ages, which refers to the United States' historic form of government. So you have Latin on our dollar. Crazy thing about Latin, if you look up the word, if you search the word witch in Latin, it comes up with MAGA. Pretty crazy. Oh, it's backwards, but yeah, MAGA. See, I gotta get another camera, so when I do these things, I'll show you it's not like reversed. Alright, let's just keep going through some stuff. Alright, what we got? Gotta go a little farther. Come on. Got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about Prescott Bush. We're going to talk about not just Prescott Bush only. We're also going to talk about a couple other families. First off, Prescott Bush got in a lot of trouble and was sued because he was having slave labor working in German machine shops, and those slave laborers were Jews, by the way. You didn't know that. Prescott Bush was in trouble because he was forcing Jews as slave labor in Germany at machine shops. True story, it happened. All right. So we got the DuPont family, the Remington Arms Company, American Liberty League was named by Butler, the Dankinson Committee, J.P. Morgan, that Grayson M.P. Murphy, and Chenard Butler. What are we talking about with those people? What are we talking about them? Well, apparently they hired 500,000 soldiers after World War One. I'm all over the place like Jeff Gordon, by the way. So I need someone to keep me on track. But this is fun. This is fun. So they got, man, I guess I'm getting sick. My nose is running a little bit. Excuse me. So they went to go overthrow FDR. Legit went to go overthrow FDR. And General, which was good general, you know, he was faithful to the president. You know, he ended up snitching on everybody, and FDR went and talked to these, you know, very rich. I feel like I gotta blow my nose or something. Went to go talk to these family members, you know, these families, these very, very powerful, wealthy family members, and convinced them to not do what they were planning to do, but instead, FDR was going to join World War II, and they were going to make, you know, a crap ton of money, just like what Hallenberg Company did with Dick Cheney when Bush joined the Iraq War. Dick Cheney owned CEO of Halliburton. Halliburton was facilitated everything coming in and out with the military, built cities, Afghanistan, Iraq, made billions, if not trillions of dollars, probably billions, obviously, not trillions, who knows. But yeah, profited off of the Iraq War while the elites were going off and finding biblical artifacts and technology and secrets and who knows, crazy stuff. Do you think that the elites who don't want us to practice religion so much, or don't want us to know the whole truth, they're out there searching for the truth. They're out there finding the stuff. They're doing it. They know it. But they ain't doing everything for godly. You know, they working for the devil. I said it, so what? Halliburton. Yeah, Cheney. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy, horrible war crimes. Crazy. All right, here we go. George W. Bush's grandfather, the late U.S. Senator Prescott Bush, was a director and shareholder of companies that profited from their involvement with the financial backers of Nazi Germany. The Guardian had obtained confirmation from newly discovered files in the U.S. National Archives that a firm of which Prescott Bush was a director was involved in the financial architects of Nazism. His business dealings, which continued under his company assets, were seized in 1942 under the Trading with Enemy Act, has led to more than 60 years later to a civil action for damages being brought in Germany against the Bush family by two former slave laborers at Auschwitz to a hum of pre-election controversy. The evidence has also prompted one former U.S. Nazi war crimes prosecutor to argue that the late senator's action should have been grounds for prosecution and giving aid in common to the enemy. Where was this when the Bushes were running for president? Why wasn't this out? Like, do you think we would have voted for them? No, not at all. Are you serious? Obviously, stuff's not going to be leaked, or information's not going to get out until when people were running the show got the stuff they need. Makes sense to me. Skull and Bones and Illuminati and all that other dark demonic stuff. Or about in Europe, people were praying, silent praying, got arrested. Just happened. Just happened. We got calendars that are all switched. Well, we got the Gregorian calendar. So who knows what year on the timetable or what? Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, let's just go through. See if we got any other fun stuff in here. Documented that we could talk about. Oh yeah, King James. So not only did he make the Bible, he also made the book of demonology, witchcraft. Been listening to this guy named Nathan Reynolds. If everything he's saying is real, some crazy stuff in this world, demonic. There's 100% people like that are doing witchcraft, practicing evil things, speaking to the dead. Well, they think the Mormons, right? If you're a Mormon, please chime in, correct me if I'm wrong. But the Mormons say they speak to family members who are passed away and dead and communicate messages back and forth, right? Well, I hate to break it, you ain't talking to those family members. You're talking to like demons and demonic spirits that are just telling what you think you want to hear. That's what you're talking to. You're not talking to dead family members. You're not. It's not happening. You're talking to demons. We're gonna go back to music and stuff a little later. Alright, so we talked about legendary Gilgamesh, weapons of mass destruction, and tongue. What else we got up in here? So we got some notes, JV. You got some notes. Got notes. Or we just got people stealing money from you. Like, give us the gold. When they changed, we got off the reserve, took everybody's gold and revalued it. Yeah, that happened. We got... Oh yeah, read the Discovery of Ancient America. You should read that book. You should 100% read that book. Alright. Man, I want to continue and keep going. Oh, here's I was talking about Shield, Christian Crusaders. Yeah, medieval Templar. Yeah. The Knights of the Templar. Sorry, Knights of the Templar. That is what I was trying to say. Yeah, Knights of the Templar. Knights of the Templar. Apparently, they were all like killed, persecuted, and hung because they said that they were studying witchcraft. Well, Knights of Templar had a lot of money, and the king actually took a loan from them. And after they were just, taken over and killed, something happened 2 years ago that came out after that. You should look up some history of the Knights of the Templar. You should look up history of the Masons. You should just read history if you want to know what's going on in this world. You really should. You would be surprised. Makes me wonder why, you have this Ukraine. Well, apparently it's illegal to do different studies and with medicine in the States. So people went and did stuff in other parts of the world, Ukraine, and say Asia, that you could do those things there. Evil people, man. Do not want to get monetized and have his channel get taken down. I think that fan is Messing with me, y'all. Messing with me. All right. Let's get into some music and why you need to be careful what you're listening to. Everything's affect you. You also, you could say like frequencies affect you too, and the 442 hertz and how it can mess with you. And most music is done in that frequency hertz. Yeah, I forget exactly what it is. Like I said, I'm all messed up in here sometimes. All right, so let's look up Jelly Roll. Let's look up the song Creature. There's a monster under my bed, and at my window there's a dragon. I accepted the challenge, and it turned me into a savage. I broke a promise to myself again. I don't know why I am so vulnerable. Then tried to help. They try to help. I wouldn't let them in. I guess rock bottoms were comfortable. What's he talking about? Who who was trying to help? Who didn't he let in? There's not a monster out there in the world that's scarier than the one that's within. There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates a humbling sound. Y'all are singing this stuff that I did before as well. We're literally like bringing demonic spirits and stuff like into you. Like I don't watch all that horrible horror movies because stuff that my wife and my kids, we didn't do no Halloween trick or treating. No, not doing that. I'm not gonna have that anything part of that culture, Satanism, demonic, have anything come close to my family. I'm not happening that. So yeah, so Jelly was literally talking about you would not believe the creature inside me. What is he telling you? He's just demons. He's possessed. Yeah, I managed to get myself in trouble in all of this pain. Yeah, I'm down double dose and liquor's always to blame. If I could keep myself sober, I'd keep my hands to myself. I'd take a shot of whiskey, it's over. That's how I end up in hell. Yo, you're you're listening to this music. You're listening to this music with your kids. You're singing this stuff. It's horrible. All right, we're gonna go. Jelly Roll Demon. I'm learning to live with my demons, learning to live with my demons. I was talking to my partner the other day. He was telling me about the struggle within himself. And I was talking to my partner the other day. Yeah. And they told me I had to understand his demons. Woke up this morning in a pool of sweat, been drinking all month, ain't sobered up yet. I'm on the road year round. I'm on the road year round, rain, sleet, or snow, doing shows, collecting checks, had some issues. The whole team know it. This life I live, it's hard not to show it. You, you ever like just read the words to the stuff that you're singing? Like it's a catchy tune. It's made that way on purpose. 100%. I'm gonna try to grow a nose like Pinocchio. I can't lie. I'm close to an overdose. For my people doing time, let's propose a toast. Yo, he's lying. The devil is not here to help you. The devil is gonna deceive you, trick you. The devil, only thing he wants, he's jealous of. He was not made in the image. and he wants to destroy you. He wants to take you away from your God and your Savior, Jesus Christ. That's what's going on. 100%. He's trying to take that stuff away from you. And he's working through music, through movies, through pornography, people doing drugs, drinking, getting drunk. When you're doing this stuff, you're dropping the veil of righteousness around you to allow these demon possessions to take control over you. Yeah, 100%. All right, that's another one. It's another one. Unfortunately, I gotta clean out my daggone phone. I have all this horrible music. I gotta just delete it out. Just delete it. I can't listen to this stuff no more. Look at that on P. Diddy. Look at all these other famous actors. It's evil, man. You're listening to that with your kids? You call yourself a Christian? Southern Baptists, what do? Saturday nights, watching football, getting drunk, going to church, going to confession. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. That gaggone guy sitting there probably just as drunk, geeked up just like you are. Before or after he was molesting kids. None of that happens in the Catholic Church. Priests, they just get sent to another country or another church. It's like, no, man, don't get caught next time. Don't get caught next time. Daggone horrible, man. Horrible, horrible stuff. All right, let's just go search. Let's go on Spotify. Search Jelly Roll. Let's see what couple songs that come up first. Lonely Road, Wild Ones, Somebody Save Me. Let's go to Somebody Save Me. Let's look at some. I'm going to pick on Jelly Roll. Yeah, I saw what it did. We brought some people out of jail and they sang. We used them as a platform. Obviously there's going to be, Jesus will even bring good out of evil people. Somebody Save Me. This woman. I have some friends who like that song Creatures. They like relate to it. They sing it over and over. Like, you have no idea what you're doing to yourself. You might as well read the book of demonology and worship it, draw pentagrams and do all these horrible things. Like, I don't know, man. I just can't get into all that stuff at one time. Somebody Save Me. Somebody Save Me. Let's look at the lyrics. Somebody save me from myself. I spent so long living in hell. They say my lifestyle is bad for my health. It's the only thing that seems to help. All this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need. Something inside of me is broken. I hold on to anything that sets me free. Is this man crying out? Is he crying out? Does he know what's controlling his body and controlling him? And he's having to do this. Did he sell his soul to the devil? No. I don't believe you can sell your soul to the devil. It's not your soul to sell. If you die, your soul goes back to the breath nose of God. I think the devil lies to you and he gives you all this powerful, wonderful powers, money, fame. You sign a contract. You think you're signing it to get this stuff. Maybe families passed away or killed or things happen when you do these things. But I believe that the Nephilim, anybody can be saved. If you let Jesus come in your heart, you ask for forgiveness. So yeah, like, bam, like horrible, man, horrible. And he's got this song. My wife brought this to me the other day. Liar. I let you drive around my head. I can't count the times you made me feel like I'm nothing. Play me like a fool, saying, drink another whiskey, pop another pill. Money makes you happy. Heaven isn't real. You won't find nobody to love because your heart's too broke. Now I know. You're nothing but a liar. Yeah, I walk right out the fire. Yeah, you try to keep me down, try to put me underground, but I'm only going higher. I can hear you in my head, in my bed, when I'm dreaming, trying to be my friend, but you're blowing smoke. Owen, now I ain't scared of telling you where I can go, 'cause I know you're nothing but a liar. You, you buried me one too many times, like a devil in disguise, hiding your true colors. Just leave me alone. Keep leading me on, saying, drink another whiskey, pop another pill, makes you happy. Heaven isn't real. So, if you're sitting in your car, you claim to be a Christian, you want to be a good person, but you're listening to this guy, man, I feel sorry for you, man. I pray that God opens your eyes. You really, you really know what's going on in this world, and you're battling stuff you can't even see. You don't even know. If you don't have a conscience that eats you up when you do something bad or before you do it, then you really need some help. Because you don't come to him, he ain't gonna come to you. You're gonna say, "Hey, God, help me." I don't know you. What are your fruits of your labor? It's sad, man. It is truly sad. And I pray for a lot of my friends. But hey, I was a horrible person. I did a bunch of horrible things. Daggone state attorney tried to put me in prison for 45 years one time when I was 15 years old. Been in jail. I've listened to this stuff, sang it, drank, smoked, blaring the songs, doing karaoke. Had no clue what kind of stuff was doing. Why maybe I was depressed and hated life, wasn't happy because I kept singing this stuff and singing this stuff and making it manifest into my own life. Man, talking about blowing smoke, they're just lying to you. That's just one artist. It's just one artist, man. What's going on with Justin Bieber? P. Diddy. Justin Bieber, is he saved going to Christian church? Or is Justin Bieber being like Joel Osteen? What about people in Epstein? What about powerful people? How is it that Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison? Epstein commits suicide, right? Yeah, sure. No. Uh, but the people that are on the list, they're still walking around. What happened to CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch the other day and somebody else with him arrested for human trafficking? You don't think that these politicians and King Charles and these big, powerful families? Did you watch the movie? Saving the children. Sound of Freedom. And it says that the U.S. is the biggest consumer of pedophilia and human trafficking. City of Sin, Las Vegas. I used to want the best, nice car, big house, big boat. I don't want any of that anymore. I really don't. I just want like old truck that I can work on. I got to worry about bringing to the dealership for all this computer stuff. But I'm on like a new truck. Yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't even want that stuff anymore. I really don't. I just want to. I want to farm and become a pastor or minister one day. Have my own podcast studio. And talk about stuff like this, and deep dive more in the Bible and read more in Scripture, talk about history, biblical events in the past, things that's maybe read Revelations, maybe get hold of some Apocrypha, Dead Sea Scrolls or whatever. Maybe open up somebody's mind. Why you shouldn't be singing this stuff, watching these movies. You shouldn't be watching porn. If you want to be, you ever go to church and pews are always full, and pastors, you love your pastor, he's a great guy. But have you gone to a church where the pastor is going to call people out for drinking, for smoking, and you feel bad you don't want to go to that church? No, you need to go to that church. The reason why you got upset because that's called conviction. And he struck a bone. He did. And he was right. You need to keep going there because you got a good pastor, somebody who loves you, somebody is not just trying to fill up the pews and bring this money in, but he actually wants to save you from yourself. And then when you actually see what's going on, then you can start working on yourself and then working with other people and pass that information, knowledge you receive, wisdom, read Proverbs. And then, then you're doing something. Then you're like, oh, I love this. That's going to give you more of a purpose in life. I don't know, man. I got some friends that I call like my brothers. And if they were to call me, I'd talk to them right now. But I'm a changed man now. I truly believe. And I ain't going back to the old ways. I'm sure the devil's going to try to do things, trying to get me to change my ways or tempt me. I've been tempted all the time. Do I fall short of God's glory? I'm sure I do. But I'm gonna strive to become a better man, a better husband, a better father, and I'm not gonna be a coward. And I'm gonna stick up for people when they're in the right, and if somebody's in the wrong, you're gonna have to. Who do you have? What do you have to fear? What do you have to fear? Fear you're not gonna get a paycheck. Fear that you're gonna get kicked out of your apartment. You can get fired from your job. Fear that your family's gonna neglect you. Your wife's gonna leave you, or your husband's gonna, divorce you, or your kids are gonna leave you. Like, what do you want in life? You want to be happy for 100 years, 80 years, 70 years, 60 years? Or are you a teenager right now, or you're a young adult and you're sitting in prison, or you got stage 4 cancer, you don't know what's going on. Like, hello? It's not over. It's still change. This life is only temporary. There's a lot more things to life. There's a lot more after this life. Daggone, can you imagine living 900 years? Imagine living for eternity, son. You want to burn in hell? Want to burn in hell? And be forced to do whatever that you receive because of your sins? Or do you want to go to heaven and be gifted upon the fruits of your labor and spend eternity in heaven? People who love you and people that you love, hopefully they go to heaven. That's what I want. And if people don't like me talking about this, so what, man? So what? I don't care anymore. I really don't. I don't hit a nerve or something just came over me. But I care. Honestly, I got wife and kids to feed, and I'm the breadwinner in the family. But I gotta be true to myself, true to my family, just like you need to do. If you're at church that, stuff continues going on and you're not getting any better, you need to like look in the mirror, think about where you're going to church. Am I going to a church right now? No, I'm not. And I need to be. But I'll tell you what, I've been reading in the Bible and watching a lot of stuff and learning a lot and preaching my own self, preaching to other people. I want to find a church, a pastor that he's not a coward, who's not afraid to only have maybe a couple people there. He's not gonna have a couple people because people are gonna come and they need that in their life. When you're doing something wrong, you need to be put in your place. Daggone, if I'm messing up and I'm slipping, daggone, somebody pop me in the back of my head. Correct me when I'm doing something wrong. Please. Please. Because if you don't, I'm going to keep slipping and slipping farther away. I'm not perfect, nor do I ever will claim to be perfect, nor have I. My wife got to hit me upside the head sometimes, keep me in line. Family members do, coworkers do. My kids do sometimes. No lie. No cap. I don't know, man. I don't want to get left behind. Is this lifestyle going to be harder? You bet your ass it is. You bet your butt it is. It's going to be 10 times harder to live this life because you're going to be persecuted. You're going to be mocked at. You're going to be laughed at. It's going to be worse. It's only going to get worse. Talking about the mark of the beast. Well, go back and read the first Obamacare, but then that didn't get approved. No man can buy or sell or trade. Sound like without RFID chip. Is that the mark of the beast? I don't know. In your hand or in your forehead? Is your hand action in your forehead mental? Is it like is it your actions that's gonna, is that the mark of the beast? Is it actual a mark? Like a little mega symbol like in the Superman movie or TV show? And everyone who had that symbol in their head? Is it being tainted, not being pure, not being clean, like in Noah? What's going to cause everybody to not be able to buy, sell, trade? Could you imagine being like let me check, the three guys that got tossed in the fiery pit, the daggone oven, because they weren't going to bow down to a golden statue? And I had God on my side. They saw 4 people in that oven, not 3. God was with them. Jesus was with them. I think I am 100%, not 100%, never 100%. I am pretty sure I know what's going to happen in the future. And I gotta become a better man and walk a better life. Be more of a servant for Christ. So I don't have to worry about what's going to happen to where I'm going to spend eternity at. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue talking about this stuff, because if I save one soul from being put or being burnt, going to hell, if I save one soul, 2 souls, that's more fulfilling than any job I ever else would have. 100%. I truly believe that. So I challenge you to do the same thing that I'm working on doing. It's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna have some crazy mood swings. I have some crazy dreams. You might not be dreaming now. You might start dreaming soon. You might get sick. I don't know what you're doing. You might need medical help so you can get off that stuff if you're on hardcore drugs. So I know people went to methadone clinics, people on Suboxone. I know people who got on to what's that stuff that you buy from the store, like smoke shop, Magmadad, a powder or pill form, crack, keratin, crack, whatever that stuff is. Heck on, man. People don't even want to do drugs anymore because they were fair fentanyl. They still want to do drugs though. So they're doing some of the other stuff. People are empty vessels trying to be fulfilled and bring happy and joy in their life, and they're going to drugs and alcohol and women and worse. And that's what's giving them fulfillment in life. Sad but true. Tell you what, you can be filled with a lot better stuff, look better, feel better. Maybe not at first, you might not feel better. You might feel worse, actually. If you're raised an alcoholic and you go to quit alcohol, it could kill you. Had a foreman I know passed away from alcohol. Coworker passed away or OD'd on heroin. You know, I wish that I was a better person back then because maybe I could have talked to them and maybe they'd still be alive. Not put that on me, but been in construction for a long time. You see all kinds of stuff. People walk around with white noses and popping pills and drinking at work and keep coming to work high, leaving high, drunk, high on everything. It's it's not a good environment to be. It's not, but you're there for a reason. Maybe God's gonna work on you while you're in the middle of that situation. As long as you seek Him and you faith in Him, you believe in it. Maybe you can go help those people. Maybe wherever you're working or whatever you're doing, your relationship will become better and the company will blossom more. I don't know. I just I hope that people really take a look in the mirror. I think we're going down some dark roads as a nation. People are doing to kids and babies and raping people and drugs coming in. Yeah, it says what a dollar says, one nation under God. It's not the God you think of it. There's multiple gods. There's multiple gods. What God are they talking about? I don't believe it's Jesus Christ. Well, it's whatever God you want to be on it. No, no, things are symbolism and things are put on for a reason. They put on God we trust because, they want a Federal Reserve is a privately owned company. It's their plans. New World Order, one world religion. I think there's going to be more destruction and more catalysm, more evil that's going to happen in this world every month, every day, every year. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And if you're continuing to not lead by example, or you're continuing down, if you're down a bad path, it's going to get harder and harder to pull yourself out. It really is. If you're like, one day I'll get better and I'll sober up. No more one day. It's now, buddy. It's now. You don't know you're gonna wake up tomorrow. You know what's gonna happen to Earth tomorrow. I think something could happen and completely change history. For we know, theology can be changed. Uh, you had Vatican has a telescope. I think it's out in Arizona. Lucifer is what it was called. And the guy, one of the main guys there, astronomist, said they see things coming in and out all the time, all the time. These UFOs and stuff like that. You have one guy who teaches at the Vatican College. I think it's in Rome, and he 100% said that it's only a matter of time when the information is released. What information? What do they know that we don't know? David Rusk, these other pilots, the people it's talked about in these SIFs, in these congressional hearings, Grays, the aliens. There's some stuff out there. Stuff's coming, man. Stuff is coming. I don't want, and I see it. I see it writing on the wall. Like I saw 18 come. We'll say 18. Saw 18 come. I told people, I was like, hey, Disney's gonna close, Universal's gonna close. I told them, no, it's not. It ain't gonna happen. I mean, they're gonna shut this country down. The world's gonna get shut down. They thought I was crazy. It happened. You don't believe I said that? I'd tell you a couple names. You can go call them. You can talk to them. And I did say that. And they'll tell you I said that. How I saw things when I was growing up, hanging out with people that I knew things were going to go south. And I was like, I got to pull myself out of the situation. Yes. Countless times. Have I been in situations I put myself in and I should have been either dead or in trouble or worse? I guess was worse than dead. And some pulled me out. Have you ever had like a miracle that happened to you or things that you shouldn't even be alive to today? If you did, it's because you probably have there's purpose in your life. God's not done with you. There's one story. I was moving from Pensacola, moving to Central Florida. Had my truck, old 93 F-150, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive, 5.0. Old Betsy, old Big Blue, regular cab. Pulled the trailer. I think I had like 187,000 miles on it at the time. Drove from Pensacola to Central Florida. Broke down twice when it got sun up. Truck was overheating. Got all the way to where I was moving to. Unpacked the trailer. Went to the U-Haul the next day to bring the trailer. I didn't even get 200 feet out the daggone driveway where I was living. And I heard clack, 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 clack. Daggone the, what is it called? Not slave cylinder. 4-wheel drive. Transfer case. Transfer case wiped out. Chain broke. Popping, messing. Horrible. Something else happened. You ever hear people? There's a guy I listen to. He's driving in Canada in the mountains where logging roads are and stuff. Drove for a couple hours, stopped at some grocery store or whatever, get something to eat. Went to go pull away, him and his wife. Ball joint completely fell off. Tires. Yeah. He's driving 60, 70 miles an hour in the mountains. That could happen anytime. Sometimes, falling, being caught. Things where I should have been dead, but I'm alive. And there's a purpose for my life, and I think I'm starting to figure it out. I think when you figure your purpose out in life, that's when God is going to bless you more and more and more. You will be fulfilled. You'll find that fulfillment you've been searching for. And you might lose a lot of friends, you might lose family members, but hey, gotta put people in your life. Yeah. Read these, listen to these podcasts, look at what's going on in our election, going on in Russia, North Korea, Taiwan, Israel, Iran, talking about Europe's talking about preparing for a possible nuke. We're talking about governments talking about same thing here, terrorist plots. This country is sick, physically, mentally, and nobody gives a dang about us. Nobody cares. Who cares? Pay your taxes. You don't pay your taxes, you're gonna go to prison. You don't pay enough taxes, you're gonna go to prison. All these laws are here to just make us slaves and put us in debt. Control, control, control. Bigger the government, bigger the government. You have the World Economic Forum. We'll own nothing and be happy. And Agenda 2030. It's just crazy stuff going on in this world. And I'm blessed that a wife and kids and it's me moving stuff. I don't know what the heck the sound was. It was kind of tripping me out for a little second. I wonder what that sound was. It was me pushing something. And I was pushing something else. But yeah. But hey, yeah, this is Norman's not normal experience, to say the least. Uh we've been going on for an hour and 47 minutes talking about stuff. Wife chimed in again. Love the wife. Got the good old thumbs up by her. I'm sure she's in bed asleep now. No, probably not. She's probably up. I'll go in there and say, hey. Pray for you. Pray for me. Pray for this world. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's and these two shall come and pass. What's coming next, man? Is it the one world government? Is it one world religion? Is it gonna get worse? Is this gonna be more control? We got daggone robots coming like Will Smith, I Am a Robot, Elon Musk. We got robots taking over jobs, technology consuming over people's lives. You go out to eat, you got husband and wife both on the phone, kids on tablets. Health is horrible. You got people poisoning our food. You got other countries won't even take food from America because all the stuff in it. It's disgusting. Making us sick. We buy this horrible food, makes us sick. We go to the doctors, and they give us more medicine that makes us sick, that makes us better. And then we get more medicine to combat the medicine that we're taking while our bodies are just being run down. And we're just consuming ourselves in this evil stuff, evil music, stuff we're listening to, stuff you're associating yourself with. There's no, it's never made to be easy. It's not. You're going to find out who the people that you can trust. are, and who the people you can count on. And one day, if you don't change your ways, when shit hits the fan, who are you gonna have there beside you? I hope you got somebody. I know I got people. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've probably said it about 1,000 times already on this podcast. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get somebody else on this mic, and we're gonna have another podcast. We're gonna talk about it. Look at that. Good old. So I'm ready, man. Not all the way yet. Still got some other stuff I gotta work on. Get everything legitly set up. Have better editing. Have some good software. Bring on some guests. Talk about some of this stuff. You had Sean Ryan had a priest on talking about exorcisms. I don't know why they call alcohol spirits. Well, when you get numb, is that spirits taking over you? Why do you have the UN out at these was it mountain out in by Israel and Turkey that they have a base at? What's going on with CERN? Are they trying to create portals and bring in demonic spirits? I don't know. You ever see what their little ceremony for CERN? That's freaking demonic. What about Super Bowls? Demonic. Are they trying to bring in this change? Is that the change that Obama was talking about? If you are literally only worried about yourself and what's in your own household, you're not worried about what's going on, you're doing yourself a disservice. People need to communicate. We need to put our phones down. We need to talk about stuff. I'm not right on everything. You're not right on everything. So we need to communicate. We need to talk. We need to learn. We need to quit relying on everybody else. Become harder worker, better parent, better spouse. God didn't make Adam and Steve and Adam and Eve populate. Are you worried about setting up your finances, getting your house, getting your car, getting your boats before you have all kids? No, no. You're struggling. You're depressed. Have some kids. Enjoy life. Get sober. I'm not saying all you people are doing all things are all going to hell. But you ain't on track going to heaven. I ain't gonna be a coward. I'm gonna tell you like it is. Well, that's just two-faced. You do all these other things. Call me out. I got daggone water right here. I should be drinking, not just soda. Taught some people. I guarantee you probably got a neighbor, a friend, or a coworker would love to talk about this stuff. Maybe he's struggling. Maybe he's depressed. Maybe he's talking about suicide. Maybe he's got stuff going on that you don't even know about. Or you're just worried about mind your own business. Mind your own business. Well, maybe talk to some people. Maybe people are just afraid to talk, but they'll open up if you try. You don't have to look the best, speak the best. People will listen. If you build it, they will come. If you got ears to listen, talk to somebody. You never know. Spark up a conversation. Help a brother out. Help a sister out. You want to make change? Go vote. Hopefully that does something. Struggling. We're all struggling. Some struggle more than others. Maybe we all should just buy a farm, buy some land, and start having more communities and having, families or multiple families live on the farm. I don't know. Something just went off and said I was live again, I guess. I imagine I've been live the whole time. I don't know. Well, it's about, I'm about to have my phone saying it's 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. And I need to shut this thing down. I think this is it's a good ending point. Good ending point. Give a shout out to two podcasts that I like to listen to. We're gonna go with obviously I like to listen to a lot of podcasts, but some of the newer podcasts that I've been listening to is One Sunday Cool. Those guys over there are pretty awesome group guys and gal. And Confessions. It's another pretty cool podcast. I had a guy Nathan Reynolds on. There is a lot of evil in this world, y'all. You don't even know. You don't even know what you're struggling with, fighting with. You have no idea who the people who are you're arguing with, struggling with. You don't even know what they're fighting with or struggling with. And it doesn't hurt to spark up a conversation and ask people how they're doing. And we all need to ask each other, how you doing, man? Can I help you out? Can we hang out sometime? Invite somebody over. Do something different. Bless somebody. Pray for somebody. Ask somebody to pray for you. Don't be embarrassed. Was I embarrassed for forever? Yeah. Shouldn't have been. Embarrassed what people are going to think about me, the way I look, the way I talk, my faith, my beliefs. I still like talking about all that stuff with people. Not all the time. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I don't want to talk about it. But sometimes when you don't want to talk about it, there are times that you need to talk about it. We're all going through something. Could all get better. All right, well, that's it. It's been fun. This is Norman's not so normal experience. Norman's not normal experience. It's your boy JB, Johnny Boy, Jonathan Norman. Do me a big favor. Share the show. Share the show. Like, subscribe. We need to get this message out to more people. If you actually made it through the whole thing, thank you. Sooner or later, I'm going to start doing some giveaways, mailing out some gift cards for some people who get to the end of the show. But I think we're going to start doing this, and people are just going to skip to the end of the show and try to listen to the last 10, 15 minutes and figure out what the key phrase or thing they need to put down in the comments. So I think we'll have on different shows in the future or at different times, I'll say like a keyword. And if you put that, and I'll say, hey, this is a keyword, put it in the comments, and the first person or at random or the first person put it in the comments, or I don't know how I'll do it. Something different, something at random. I want everybody to comment egg on the same thing and not even real pay attention to the show. Or maybe you just send me a message, or maybe share a show and send me So your picture, you shared the show, you subscribed, liked it. Maybe I'll send you like a little $5, $10 Starbucks gift card or Dunkin' Donuts, Chipotle, or whatever, or not any of those. And maybe I'll send you a Bible, I'll send you $5, $10 for saying thanks for supporting the show. This is what I want to do for like for at least for the next few years. I'm driven to do this. All right. Well, hey, I love you. God bless you. God bless America. Trump 2024. Vote for the lesser of two evils, right? Stop streaming.